enough questions from residents, I thought it was important to get that out before we begin. So let's now move on with the agenda. We have a flag presentation this evening. Lieutenant Chelsea Allen. Very, very glad we have the opportunity to do it. And we have our former Township Supervisor, Pete Palestina, who has most ably run this program since 2003. Pete, as always, you do an admirable and amazing job. And I'd like you, if you would, please come forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I hope I don't blow it tonight after that intro. Would you and the Marine Corps League, Patriot Detachment, Veterans Advisory Commission members, and veterans that may be in the audience, would you all come up here and join us? Larry? Take the American flag out. Put it in. Take the American flag back. Tonight we are going to honor and recognize another one of our Northampton patriots. Would Army Lieutenant Chelsea Allen and her parents Robin and George please come up here and join us. As many of you know, and for some that may not, this all began 13 years ago on April 23, 2003, when the Board of Supervisors introduced our Northampton Patriots Flag Program. And that was to honor Northampton residents that at the time were serving in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Back then, we knew of 24 such residents, and as of today, due to the expansion of the program to include Afghanistan and other hostile areas, we know of 82. Behind the dais is a flag display holding both military and American flags, 83 of them. At one time, all were military flags, each representing the branch of service and identifying the resident with a yellow streamer with his or her name affixed to it. As each one returns home, and so far 81 have, we return his or her military flag and replace it with an American flag. After tonight, there will be 83 total flags, with only one of them being armed services flags that will be awaiting return to their owners. And by the way, the reason we have 83 flags for 82 individuals is that one of them, Frank Young Jr., served in both the Army and the Navy while deployed, so he has 2 flags. Lieutenant Allen, welcome home.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
I love being called sir. I wasn't even an NCO. But Lieutenant Allen recently returned from her deployment in Afghanistan in late August. On December 16, 2015, Chelsea's Army flag was placed in the display by her mom and dad for safekeeping until her return, and she is here tonight to claim it. Mr. Weinstein is holding your flag, the Army flag, and he will be presenting it to you now. Come on up here, brother.
Thanks, sir.
Hold the flag close for pictures. Right. Now we have some commendations we'd like to present to you. All of our legislators are in session this evening in one form or another, but they have each sent a representative to make a presentation. First, I'll call Alan Sigafus, who is a representative at Mike Fitzpatrick's office. You're right here.
Lieutenant, on behalf of this great country and Congressman Mike Patrick, we welcome you back and grateful miss you.
Thank you.
Before we do this, and also this flag and this flag over the Capitol.
Oh, okay, thank you, sir.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to give you a salute. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have former Marine Dave Gibbon. Gibbon, who is from State Senator Thomas's office with the Department.
Thank you, Peter. I'm just going to read a brief section from this. The Senate of Pennsylvania is always proud to recognize its citizens who, through outstanding achievements, bring great credit to themselves, their communities, their families, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So on behalf of Senator Tomlinson and the whole community here, thank you, ma'am. And welcome.
Thank you.
And last but not least, we have a certificate from our state rep, Scott Petrie, who, as I indicated earlier, cannot be here tonight, so former Veterans Advisory Commission member and now supervisor, Frank O'Donnell, has that proclamation with him.
Lieutenant Allen is a fellow Army officer, although long retired. I have the
Frank,
privilege
you
of
need to have the mic.
presenting.
You need to have the mic, thank you.
You have it, go ahead.
Okay. I have the privilege of presenting the certificate from the State House Representatives from the State Representative Petrie, and I will read it because I thought it's very well done. Army Lieutenant Chelsea Allen, for your devotion to our country and for your patriotic service at a time of great need, your dedication to the goal of keeping America free has served to earn you the title of Northampton Patriot. You are truly appreciated by the entire community. In this world of ordinary people, you are simply extraordinary.
Now I need to turn the microphone over to you.
Thank you. I would just like to thank everyone in this room for showing up and supporting this community. Obviously, you all have done a lot of great work here, and we all really appreciate it. So, Mr. Palestina, thank you for doing all this. Obviously, thank you for my family, a bunch of friends, and other family members that have come today, and a bunch of people I haven't seen in a very long time I was able to talk to. So, thank you so much. Your support has been amazing over these last 9 months, and I know you'll continue to do that for other veterans. So, I really appreciate it.
So Chelsea was away for 9 months. Lots of support from friends, family, church, community. Lots of support. We're very much appreciated. But perhaps the most gracious thing she did was they came back in 2 waves, and she was the first wave. And she was back at least a week until the rest of the troops came back. And she didn't say thank you until they were all back.
So now they're all back, and so thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for being here, and thank you, Chelsea, for your service. With the yearly reminder of September 11th, a lot of us in this room get to participate in programs to show our patriotism. We had a very nice, moving ceremony on 9/11 in the township. We had a patriotic parade. But we all have to realize and recognize, without your service, we could not have done any of those things. It's your defense of our individual freedoms, our nation's freedom, that preserves our government here. I think the Army is now maybe at its lowest number since 1940, which means you're stretched even more thin, you're going on longer deployments. The government is asking more and more of our brave men and women in the armed services. And I want you to know, wherever you are, whether it's on deployment, whether it's on base, or back home here, Northampton Township has your back. We're always here for you, and thank you for your service. God bless you.
Okay, for those that are unfamiliar with the program, there is a form in the lobby. You can also access the township's website. It tells you who is eligible for our program. It has to be a resident that lived in the township before they enlisted. If you would like to have that honor bestowed, where we place a flag when they deploy to the hostile area, and as we did tonight, to welcome them home. Fill out the form. If you have any questions, call the township, or you can call me. The phone number and the listing for me is also on the form and on the township's website. So let me end with this. As has been documented so often nowadays throughout the world with acts of terrorism, those that serve our country in the military are at risk whether they're on U.S. soil or foreign soil. Their lives are put on the line each and every day. Northampton and our country are proud of what our soldiers are doing for the freedoms we enjoy here at home. We always mention at these ceremonies that 2 of our patriots did not make it home safe and sound. And they, of course, were Army PFC Bobby Dembowski Jr. and Army Master Sergeant Ken Elwell. Their American flags are in the display front and center with a black streamer containing their names. We'll never forget Bobby and Ken and the service they gave while paying the ultimate price. Bobby Dembowski 9 years ago on May 24, 2007, and Ken Elwell 5 years ago on July 17, 2011. Is Sue Elwell Burkhart here this evening? No, Sue usually attends the meeting, and she's the sister of Ken Elwell. So, Resident Jeffrey Vogel is the only one we know of in harm's way. His mom and dad are here this evening to honor Chelsea. And when he comes home, we'll be giving him that remaining flag. Chelsea, all I can say is that we thank you for your service and the opportunity to make this presentation this evening, exchanging the Army flag with the American flag. We say God bless you, your family, and all of our troops in harm's way. May they always be kept safe and sound. And thank you, everybody, for attending tonight.